Welcome to Health and Wellness Conversation. Welcome back from the summer break. I hope that you had an enjoyable summer season. As we are beginning our new season with Health and Wellness Conversation, we first want to give honor and praise to God and him allowing us to be able to come back another season to WYTV7 Christian Broadcasting. We also want to say congratulations to WYTV7 for winning Best Radio Show at the Gospel Image Awards in North Carolina on last weekend. How awesome is God? So, as your host, Nurse Gwen, today I want to talk about back to school, how we can stay healthy and keep our children healthy back to school. Of course, we are praying over our children and their safety and their classrooms, the highways, the byways, the buses, car, bike, skateboard, however they are getting to school. We are also praying for our teachers and instructors and anybody else that is inside of the school building. We are praying that our children have a blessed and prosperous school season, that their minds are open to the knowledge so that they can receive and apply it the way that they should. We are praying against any harm against any of our children in any of the schools going to or from school. We want them to feel comfortable in their learning environments and that their teachers will also feel comfortable to do their jobs. But we also want to make mention of how to keep our children healthy during the school year. We are very busy. We have work, we have extracurricular activities, we have family, we have church responsibilities, and other things. One thing to teach your children, if you have not done so already, is hand washing. We must wash our hands all the time. One song to sing during hand washing is the happy birthday song. We want warm, soapy water. We don't want cold water. We want to have paper towels readily available if we don't have a hand dryer. Make sure that your child knows not to touch the doorknob on the bathroom door or the faucet after they have washed their hands. We don't want to contaminate ourselves again. Another thing is breakfast. We want our young people to get off to a great start learning in the morning. They must have breakfast. I know a lot of schools in my area offer free breakfast to children. So some parents do take advantage of that. But if you can't or your school doesn't offer free breakfast, why not make breakfast the night before and have it either in the refrigerator, the toaster oven, or the microwave so it's ready and able to pick up and go. Some quick things to help our brains get started in the morning are yogurt and granola, a bowl of warm cereal such as oatmeal. Also, we could make an egg muffin, and I can post the recipe later in Health and Wellness Conversation. The other thing is in the morning, we want to also use our vitamins. So I say a good children's multiple vitamin should be adequate, but make sure it has a good dose of vitamin C. Vitamin C is good not only for our students, but for us too. We want to stay healthy, keep our immunity up. And since the children are going to be around other children, why not have them in a defense mode as far as their immunity is concerned? Usually, Airborne is one of the products that I use, especially if I'm traveling, but also Zicam. Now, I'm not telling you what to purchase, but Airborne, if it comes in a children's formula, is a good product. to ward off colds, flus, viruses. Very good. One a day keeps the doctor away, literally. With that, we want to also be mindful that flu season is coming. Our children are very susceptible to the flu. October, late September is usually around the time that physicians and nurse practitioners start offering the flu shot. So please be mindful of the flu clinics in your neighborhood and at your physician's office. You can read more information about the flu and the vaccination on the CDC website. I will also post the link in Health and Wellness Conversation on Facebook. I want to thank you for coming to WYTV7 again to Health and Wellness Conversation. I also want to remind you that we are a nonprofit Christian broadcasting network and we love talking to you. Could you please like us on our Facebook page and pray about it? If the Spirit leads you, please donate to our cause. We are heard all over and on various outlets. Back to getting children healthy and keeping them healthy at school. You want to also make sure that your children are feeling positive, not only about going to school, but about their image. Bullying is a big thing. So talk to your children, educate them that they are more than worthy to be praised and respected, and that bullying is not accepted. Did you know studies show that usually the child that is being bullied, if they verbally respond to the bullier, within 1 or 2 minutes, that person stops. We have to teach our children that God created them in His image, not anyone else's. Give them this mental strength, this spiritual strength, so they can stand against attacks of these. We want them to have good self-esteem. Last season, I spoke of I am. There's nothing wrong with your children having their daily prayer in the morning and their affirmation and their I am. You can do it before you leave the house. You can do it in the car. You can do it the night before. But let your children know that they are appreciated, that they are worthy, and that they are valued, and that bullying is not tolerated. You also, if you are walking to school, you want to have your child equipped to walk safely. You may want to use a buddy system, or if there's a parent in their neighborhood that can walk the children to school and have a walking bus. Safety is a health concern as well. So, with walking to school, does your child know the environment? Do they know what to look out for? Do they properly know how to cross the street? Is there a crossing guard there while your children are going to and from school? Very important. We don't want to hear of any stories of accidents on the way home or to school. Another thing is for the children that do have to leave the house by themselves, we want to instill in them the fact of locking doors properly and paying attention to their surroundings when they come back from school. Even though the child is the school's responsibility from the time they leave your home till they get to the school and during the school day and on their way back, parents have to be responsible for their child once they are entering back into the home. We don't want any interruptions or someone thinking that they can come in and possibly harm your child. Also, we want to make sure that our children's backpacks are safe for their bags. How heavy is that backpack? How heavy is that lunch bag? We want to have a moderate backpack that not only is supportive of the books that the child has to carry, but also supports their back properly. Some hospitals actually have child safety clinics where not only you can purchase bike helmets and bicycles, but you can also purchase backpacks and have the backpack measured to ensure back safety for your young person. It's very important. We don't want to carry too much weight on our backs. Our spines are very fragile, even at that young age, and they're still growing. So we don't want to mess up any of their growth processes. You want to be mindful of immunizations. We will post that later, but make sure that your child is properly immunized. We have some diseases, such as polio, that for whatever reason pops up here and there. That these diseases are harmful and life threatening. So, keeping up with proper immunizations with your children is a good thing, it's a healthy thing. Again, thank you for coming to WYTV7 Christian Broadcasting. We thank you so much for coming back to Health and Wellness Conversation for our second season. We so enjoy talking to you. We so enjoy having you as a guest. Please feel free to visit us on our Facebook page, WYT7 Christian Broadcasting. Feel free to like the page, comment, and pray about it. Donate to us as we are a nonprofit Christian broadcasting network. We thank you for your likes, your comments, and your donations. The other safety tip that I want to give is the school bus. We know that youngsters walk to school, they may ride a bike to school, but all of the children that take the school bus, make sure that your community has a monitor on the bus stop. Most parents do walk their children to the bus stop, but sometimes parents are unable. So if there is a monitor at the school bus stop, that's a good thing. And that is a position that could be rotated amongst the members of the community, as well as a crossing guard, if that is permissible in your community. On the school bus, we want to make sure that our children know to stay in their seats. We also want them to know where the emergency exits are in the front of the bus and at the back of the bus, and sometimes they have exits in the middle of the bus. Children should know how to let down the windows in the bus when necessary. Some buses are equipped with seat belts, so our children should be putting seat belts on while they are in the school bus. If the child notices something different about the school bus driver and their assistant, we want our children to feel comfortable with making a comment to you or the person at the school about the bus driver and the attendant. It's very important. Our children's lives are valuable and at risk when they are doing transportation to and from school and any other activity that requires school buses. Also, for our bikers, just as we can have our backpacks fitted for our backs, we can be fitted and our children can be fitted for bike helmets. We want to keep all of that knowledge in our heads. We don't want our skulls to be fractured or cracked, and we don't want any injury. So please make sure that you get your child size for a proper bike helmet, as well as making sure that their bike is safe for them to ride to and from school. I hope these tips have helped you on today. I also want to encourage the parents. After school is started, think about what a great job you have done. You got your child through summer, you had fun, and they still learn. And you now have prepared them for a great and wonderful school year. So kudos to you for being such an excellent parent, for bringing them up in Christ, and also keeping them safe and healthy during this 2018-19 school year. Everything that was mentioned during this podcast will be listed on Health and Wellness Conversations on the date that this is aired, which I believe is September the 6th. So we look forward to your stories of how healthy your children are, how your children are doing. Send us some pictures of your children with their backpacks and their helmets. Send us pictures of your children just enjoying school and their new school season. Thank you for coming to WYTV7 Christian Broadcasting Network. And thank you for being a guest of Health and Wellness Conversation. Please like us on Facebook and please donate as we are a nonprofit Christian Broadcasting Network. Again, you can visit Health and Wellness Conversations on Facebook for the links that were mentioned in this podcast. Live and be well.